Hi, welcome to our new video. Tonight, we are embarking on a journey that requires nothing from you but your stillness. We are stepping back through the layers of time, moving past the centuries of steel and steam, past the empires of old, until we reach the silent dawn of civilization. We find ourselves on the banks of the ancient Nile, where the water flows as a dark, silver ribbon under a vast and heavy sky. Imagine your surroundings changing. Your room is no longer defined by four walls, but by the infinite horizon of the Sahara. The air carries the scent of sun-baked limestone and the faint, sweet perfume of blue lotus flowers drifting from the riverbanks. There is no rush here. The pyramids weren't built in a day, and your rest doesn't need to be rushed either. Let my voice be the steady rhythm of the river as we enter the world of the silent stones. We begin our journey at the Tura Quarry. The limestone here is legendary white, fine-grained, and soft as butter when first cut from the earth. Imagine the sheer scale of the stone walls rising up around you. They are ivory-colored cliffs, marked with the vertical lines of thousands of previous extractions. Look closely at the ground. It is covered in a thick carpet of white stone dust. With every step you take in this dream, your feet sink into this soft, powdery floor. It muffles every sound. The world is wrapped in a blanket of silence. You see a mason leaning against a massive block of stone. He is examining the grain of the rock. He knows that stone, though it seems solid, has a spirit. He looks for the microscopic fissures, the way the light reflects off the calcite crystals. He picks up a heavy dolerite pounding stone. Listen to the sound as he strikes the edges of a new trench. It is a deep, primal sound that vibrates in your chest. It is the heartbeat of the earth. He works with a steady, unchanging pace. He isn't thinking about the finished pyramid, he is thinking only about this 1 inch of stone. He is present in the moment, and as you watch him, you become present too. The sun has moved lower now, casting shadows that look like deep blue pools across the white floor. The mason switches his tools. He reaches for a copper chisel. It is heavy in his hand, the metal slightly warm from the sun. He places the tip of the chisel against a marked line. He raises a wooden mallet. The mallet is made of heavy acacia wood, worn smooth by years of grip. Tick. The first strike is light, a mere test of the surface. Tick. The second strike is firmer. A tiny flake of limestone, no larger than a fingernail, spirals away and lands softly in the dust. He repeats this thousands of times. Notice the rhythm. Strike, breathe, strike, breathe. It is a meditation in motion. The copper is a soft metal, and as it hits the hard stone, the edge of the chisel slowly dulls. Every few minutes, he must stop to sharpen the tool or switch it for a fresh one. This cycle of sharpening and striking, of effort and pause, creates a hypnotic atmosphere. The white dust begins to coat his eyelashes, his hair, and his arms, turning him into a living statue, a part of the very monument he is creating. The stone is finally free from the bedrock. Now comes the transition. Imagine the sight of hundreds of men, moving in perfect unison, as they slide this massive block onto a wooden sledge. They don't use wheels, they use the slick, wet silt of the Nile. They pour water and milk onto the clay path to make it slippery. Watch the sledge glide with a low, groaning sound, the sound of immense weight moving over the earth. It moves toward the river. The Nile is the lifeblood of this world. It is a massive, pulsing artery of water. The block is loaded onto a wide-bottomed barge made of cedar wood. As the barge pushes off, feel the gentle rocking of the water. The river is deep and calm. You are on that barge now. You are lying on the cool surface of the limestone block. Above you, the sky is transitioning from gold to a bruised purple. The only sound is the water lapping against the hull of the boat. Swish, wash, swish. The river is carrying you, just as it has carried the stones of history for 5,000 years. You are safe. You are drifting. The motion of the boat is a lullaby for the soul. The barge arrives at the Giza Plateau. The 3 great pyramids stand like silent sentinels against the darkening sky. They are covered in polished white casing stones that catch the very last glimmer of light, making them glow as if they were lit from within. The workers have returned to their villages. The fires are being lit in the distance, sending small curls of smoke into the cooling air. You walk toward the base of the Great Pyramid. The stones here are enormous, cold to the touch, and humming with a strange, ancient energy. You find a smooth spot at the base and sit down. The desert night is a living thing. It breathes. You can hear the wind whistling through the narrow gaps between the stones, a high, flute-like sound that rises and falls with the breeze. The sand is cooling rapidly, but the great stones still hold a faint memory of the day's warmth. You lean your back against the limestone. It feels solid, permanent, unchanging. In a world that is always moving too fast, these stones are the ultimate anchor. Now, look up. Without the lights of the modern world, the Egyptian sky is an explosion of light. The Milky Way is a thick, glowing cloud of stars, stretching from one horizon to the other. The ancients called it the Celestial Nile. The stars don't just sit there, they seem to pulse. Each pulse is a second, a minute, a century. Time doesn't matter here. You are looking at the same stars the Masons saw 5,000 years ago. The same Orion, the same Sirius. There is a deep comfort in this continuity. The air is now perfectly still. The oil lamp beside you is burning low. The flame is a tiny amber bead, reflecting in the polished surface of the pyramid. As the oil runs out, the flame becomes smaller, and smaller, and smaller. The shadows grow longer until they swallow the lamp entirely. You are left in the soft, healing dark. The darkness isn't scary, it is a velvet blanket. It is an invitation to let go of the last threads of consciousness. Your body is now as heavy as the Tura limestone. Your breath is as steady as the Nile's current. Every muscle in your face, your shoulders, and your hands is completely relaxed. The chisel has been put away. The sledge has stopped moving. The river is at rest. You are a part of the landscape now. A part of the history. A part of the silence. The desert is wide, the night is long, and you have all the time in the world. There is nothing left to hear but the sound of your own peaceful breathing. Deep and slow. Deep and slow. Sleep now, among the silent stones. Sleep now, under the eternal stars. Good night, and peace be with you.